right, you guys. It's transfer day. I've had six total transfers. This was the sixth one. This is the fifth frozen, but my first one was a fresh. What's up, Fertility Fam? Let's get these babies, ladies. To make those rainbows in my mind when I...
Hi, this message is for Tanika, Katrina the nurse, calling from Dr. McConnell. Tanika, it looks like you sent me an email yesterday that you never received the email from us. So it looks like Magda, the OR nurse, emailed you yesterday with your time to transfer for today. So it looks like she emailed you around 2:17 in the afternoon. She did email it encrypted since we don't have like a way to from you to get none with the email. So it looks like Doctor, the transfer scheduled for 1:30 in the afternoon. So please arrive at 1 o'clock. Okay. I'll call me if you have any questions. It's 46756-3886. But again, your transfer scheduled for today, 1:30. Make sure you complete all your meds the same. And it's going to be with Dr. McConnell. Okay.
Oh my God. I did not see a 217 email. I was looking on my phone at first. Anyway, I'm glad it's okay. I was trying to talk myself down, but I was like, I don't know if I probably said this already, but that one meditation stuck with me. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. So I was repeating that, but I'm not going to lie, I was a little tense about it. So I am going to have to log in for a call from 11 to 12, and then I'm going to head out because I have to be there by 1. So I'm going to back into that. So by 11, before I get on that call, I'm going to be ready to go. I'm going to pack my Valium, bottle of water, set the timer so I can start drinking my water. As long as I get there by 1, I can finish the water off there because the appointment's not till 1:30. They're not going to call me back before 1:30, so I still will have time to continue drinking water. I need to let Cheyenne know because I told her the appointment was 1:30. I need to let her know I have to be there at 1. Yeah, so that's kind of it. I want to do my board, wake, pray. It's transfer day. Yeah. I think this is it, guys. All right, let me get grounded. I'm going to finish my coffee. Then I'm going to go do some yoga, do some meditation, take a bath. I'm going to empty my bowels, TMI. But somebody's watching this who might be going through a transfer. And I don't know if it impacts your ultrasound if your bowel is full, because that is taken up. Well, not just the ultrasound, because you see it on the ultrasound, but it takes up space. So I just want everything to be flat so we have as much wiggle room as we need to put that embryo in the right spot. So clear my bowel, then take a bath. I need to get the laundry started because I wanted to wash those pajamas and switch out these sheets. Although, I might do it when Cheyenne gets here. It's easier to take care of that bottom mattress when there's assistance. All right, you guys. It's transfer day. We made it. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Oh, my goodness. Oh my God. Here comes Liberty. I am sitting here watching progression testing for people who did frozen transfers. One young lady just had a negative, and she was pregnant on the home test, but it got fainter, and then when she went for her beta, it was negative. And the time before that, she was getting positives, but they weren't getting darker, and she had a 6 for her HCG. So I was like, ugh. I don't know why I'm watching these. It's kind of therapeutic. I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say it's therapeutic. I don't know if it's therapeutic or not. I don't know if it's making me anxious or if it's giving me relief, but it's happening. Can I finish talking to the people? Yep, those people. Oh my God. Her little paws, the way she puts them on there, like she's holding me down, like don't go anywhere. I'm trying to think if I should do yoga first or meditation. I think yoga. Let's get in the body. Because I don't even know if I'm going to be able to like quiet my noisy mind. Well, that's when you're supposed to do it, right? When your mind is the noisiest. But I'm going to do the yoga first. Then we'll come back and do... No. I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to do the laying down yoga. I mean, oh my God, the laying down yoga. I'm going to do the laying down meditation. And then I'm going to go do the yoga. I'm nervous, you guys, but excited too. Like I haven't felt this way before transfer before. Like I have butterflies in my tummy, that kind of nervous. Like a nervous excited, not a nervous fearful. Does that make sense? No dread, I have no dread. I would definitely say the last transfer I did, I was just like, let's get it over with. This one, I'm like, excited. Butterflies. Oh yeah, shout out to Mama Butterfly. Amira, thank you. I saw your community post. I appreciate you, sis. Okay. Let me get myself together.
It's crazy that literally I'm the only person in the world right now that knows that there's a baby growing inside me, and I'm so thankful. But this is...
What's up, Fertility Fam? I don't know if this is going to be a story time, like its own video, but there's enough clips of transfer day that we'll figure it out. How are you doing? Today is September 16th. It is the day after my 5-day embryo transfer, and I was so loopy yesterday. I was so loopy from the Valium that I could not record when I got back. I don't even think, I was just in the moment while I was at the clinic, and then yeah, I was just in the moment when I got home. Like I was just wanted to enjoy my food, enjoy my space, not make coherent sentences, you know, all that fun stuff. Simply did not go to the clinic yesterday. Cheyenne was my chaperone because I had the, I squeezed it again, because I had the Valium, although they forgot. So I wrote some notes so I can kind of take you through the day. So I got up, I did yoga, I did meditation. At 8:15 I got my first email from Katrina, but I didn't see it yet. That is when she was like, your appointment, there was an email sent, you have to look under the encrypted. So there was an email, your appointment's at 1:30. I don't think I got that until 9:15 because I was trying to put any stress out of my head. I didn't want to be thinking about what if my transfer is not happening today. So what I told myself was I will have the answer between 9 and 10. So I busied myself until then. And so when I checked my email a little bit after 9, that's when I saw the note from Katrina. So in part of that distraction period, I filled out the pegboard of like the donor egg, wake, pray, transfer day thingy. Let me tell you, that was the best thing to do because I had to focus. I couldn't worry about anything because I had to focus. What are the letters that I need to write these words out? Do I have them cut out? Do I want to put them in black? Do I want to put them in white? I gotta lay them out before I stick them in so they're even. Like my mind was totally involved in that, and it was heaven. Oh my God, I highly, highly recommend doing a pegboard. Even if you never take a picture of it, just or something to focus on. And I don't know what else it would have been, because I feel like if I would have done a crossword, I would have kept saying the same thing over and over in my head. If I was coloring, I would have been thinking about it. So just doing that because I had to figure out what the words were. And so I couldn't be yammering in my own head because I had to spell the words out. You know what I mean? So anyway, so that was good. It had nothing to do with the embryo thing, which I don't know why I thought it did, honestly, but it was just like, that was something that had happened. I don't know. It was just like, it was silly. I am glad, well, I'm not gonna discount what I felt. I felt what I felt. But it was, had I talked to myself a little bit more, I would have like understood that it's highly unlikely. Yeah, it just was highly unlikely. So it was a huge sigh of relief though once I knew I had my appointment, because all that in my head I was like, are they shipping the embryos for somewhere? What if they had to ship it last night? Did it, you know, all of the things that I didn't need to worry about because I had an appointment. And I had my beta appointment in there. So it was like crazy, which I also realized as I was taking the board down, the last time I did a board was my last big fat negative, BFN, and it was 9/26 that I got that. This cycle, my beta day is also 9/26. I have it over here. Which is crazy, right? But this time we're getting the BFP. But I thought that was so, I don't know if it means anything, if it's a coincidence, if you believe in coincidence or correlation, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, Cheyenne, so then I had to work for an hour and a half, which also was just nice to think about something else other than the transfer. So I did it like hard and heavy for an hour and a half, and then I got out and I knew I had to get dressed and be on my way. Cheyenne had sent me a heads up saying the traffic was bad, something was wrong with the subway. So I was like, cool. And so she at that time said she was leaving, but she has to leave before me because she's outside of Manhattan, she's uptown, like, you know, the Bronx. And so I don't know why I just didn't say the Bronx. So I was like, oh, I'll be okay. But of course, Team Too Much is always running late. So I don't think I walked out of here until like 12:30 something, but it ended up working out because the pharmacy delivery was here and I needed more of my Lovenox. And so if I had left on time, I wouldn't have been here to get the pharmacy, to get the prescription, because you have to sign for it. And so it would have been like, it would have just been extra drama. It would have been fine. It would have been fine, but I was like, okay, this worked out. So then I get to the subway. Of course, like Cheyenne said, it's backed up. But I'm sitting there, and normally on the subway at the 110th Street station, it'll tell you like which train is coming next, the B or the C, and how many minutes. It wasn't up, so it said, we're not tracking this right now, please use your app. So I looked at the app, I saw when the next train was coming. It was gonna be 1:13. Well, I'm supposed to be there at 1 for my 1:30 appointment. So then I pull, like it says 1:13, so I'm like, I gotta call the clinic. So I look, and then I see I have like 4 missed calls from Katrina, and I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? So I listened to the first one, and she was like, Tanika, I've been calling you all morning. Can you confirm that you're, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know she wanted me to call her back. I didn't know she wanted me to respond to her email. So of course I call her. A million trains are coming. I'm yelling in her poor ear. Sorry, Katrina, thank you so much. So, and then I have to ask her about the Valium because the email they sent me didn't say anything about Valium. So I tell her, and she was like, well, you're gonna have to have a chaperone. I was like, yeah, my daughter's meeting me there, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, but I wasn't sure when to take it. And I said, right now I should be there like 1:13. She was like, well, go ahead and take it now. And she was like, how are you doing on your water? I was like, I finished my whole bottle of water. She was like, okay, go ahead and take it now, and then we'll just take you back as soon as you get here. As soon as I hang up with her, I take the Valium. I had a little bit of water left because I did swallow. I did use that to swallow. But I mean, for the most part, you know, my little 33 bottle, the plastic bottle, I had finished most of it. Speaking of water, I need some water. Hang on. Okay, back with water. Ooh. So I take the Valium. As soon as I take the Valium, there's a speaker thing that goes on. The next train is not going to stop at the stop. You have to go to like 125th or blah, blah, blah. Either I was going to be late walking there, and I just had the Valium. Like, of course it didn't kick in that fast, but I know if I start moving too fast, my blood is going to quicken and the medication is going to get absorbed faster. So I'm like, oh shit. I just called a Lyft. Got in the back of this nice air-conditioned car. Actually, was it a Lyft? It might have been an Uber. Whatever it was, I didn't have to wear a mask, which was nice. So I got there and I sent Cheyenne a text. Did I send Cheyenne a text? I don't think I sent anybody a text. I think I just showed up. Cheyenne texted me with a picture of her leg saying she was there. I didn't see that. I'm not always looking at my phone. So I didn't see that till long after I had seen her when we were like back in the changing room. So yeah, so that was fine. I wasn't like all hot and sweaty. I just kept like taking deep breaths and like releasing my shoulders and just kind of like cleansing breaths. You know how they call them in yoga, cleansing breaths. Whew. That's when you get a good one out, when you got that sound back there. But yeah, so I did a couple of those. Got there, I refilled my water bottle. I was not feeling stressed about the water this time, thank God. I think also I just kept telling myself with the mantra of like, you're gonna be able to hold your pee, literally. You're gonna be able to hold your pee comfortably. You're going to be able to hold your pee comfortably. So I didn't want to have that feeling of like, oh, I got to go. Can I let a little bit out and play that whole game? I was just like, it's up here, or you just going to be peeing on yourself, but it's up here. So I filled up more water. They took us back straight away, gave us our clothes. I asked the lady, like, do you want me to fill out the paperwork first or get dressed first? She was like, the paperwork. I was like, okay. So Cheyenne's getting undressed and dressed or whatever, and then I'm filling out the paperwork. And I switch clothes, they come out and get us. Oh, yeah, so let me stay on track. I'm so easily distracted. Inside though, I will say this, there's this little cart in there because they must have had retrievals that morning, or I don't know, it's an upgrade since I had my retrieval in 2018. There's a cart filled with snacks, and so there's like these little graham crackers. I'm gonna show you, I can't help it. There's bags of these just in a cart. And there's pretzels, and there's orange juice, and there's water. Or not orange juice, sorry, apple juice. So anyway, we go into the thing and everything just feels zen. Like, I swear someone could have been playing like orchestra music, or like, what is the thing? Oh my God. What is the thing that they always play in church? Organ. Someone could have been playing the organ. And it just was, I mean, it just felt like, oh. So we went in, you know, they take you in first for the bladder check to see if you have enough liquid in your bladder, or if they want you to come out and come back in, because basically they look for the bladder to take up most of the screen to push your uterus up at the top part, right? And so they can see where your, oh my God, going in through your cervix up into your uterus, what that looks like. So they want your bladder like as full as possible without you peeing on yourself. So the nurse puts it in, or was it the nurse? No. It was not the nurse. The nurse put nothing in. It was Dr. McConnell. So Dr. McConnell came in. I introduced her to Cheyenne. She was like, oh, I was like, this is my daughter. She was like, you know, Cheyenne had her mask on, I think. Oh no, I am mixing this up. Oh my God. And I took notes. Okay.
Rewind.
First, the ultrasound is what the nurse did to check my bladder. She did an ultrasound and she took a picture of it. And then she was like, it looks pretty full, it looks pretty good, but I need Dr. McConnell to sign off on it. So she left with the printout of my bladder. That is what happened. Then she came back and said, Dr. McConnell wants you to drink a little more water and she'll be in 15 minutes. So I was like, cool. Because before I've not had enough, and they, you know, make you close everything up and back you up out of the room. They let me stay. There was nobody else back there either. And I don't know if that was because I was 15 minutes late, like they got them in and got them out. But the last time I went, every bay was full. And this time it was just me and Cheyenne when we went in to get dressed. So that was also nice. So maybe that's why they didn't rush. Whatever the reason was, I appreciated not having to get up, close everything up, and get out of the room. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I closed up because I didn't want to just be like joy to the world.
as far as like wrapping all the way up, because she had given me like a sheet, so I just had to pull it up. I didn't have to like close my robe and all that stuff. So that was nice. And then the nurse lifted my chair up so I could drink. And then Cheyenne and I, you know, I'm drinking. The nurse left. Cheyenne and I hold hands and say a prayer. And then Dr. McConnell pimps on in there. And then that's when I was like, hi, Dr. McConnell, this is my daughter Cheyenne. And so Cheyenne has her mask on. I don't have my mask on because I'm drinking the water. That is what triggered that thought. And so she was like, oh, you guys look alike. I thought you guys looked alike from here to here, because that's all she can see of Cheyenne, right? So I just thought that was cute. And then she comes in and she's explaining everything. This was my first time having my transfer done by her. I've had 5 total transfers. No, I've had 6. I've had 6 total transfers. This was the 6th one. This is the 5th frozen, but my first one was a fresh.
So 6.
They've never been done by Dr. McConnell. She was so regal and so majestic, just gracious. She's explaining it all like I've never had a transfer, but it's explaining it in a way the other doctors haven't, and like what's going to happen, and I'm visualizing it. I know exactly what she's talking about, but I'm just like sort of caught up, and again, like organs playing. I'm caught up in all of it, and so I'm just like, okay, like it just felt magical. I don't even know how else to explain. It just felt magical. So, you know, she was like, we're going to put in I'm gonna call it a catheter. I don't remember if that's what she said, but I'm gonna put in the catheter first she said, you know, it's going to be like a pap smear, so the speculum goes in, and then so she did that, and then she was like, now I'm going to put in the catheter. There's nothing in this catheter. We're just clearing the path, looking at, you know, where I'm going to place the embryo. So I can see it on there. I was asking Cheyenne, can she see it? She was like, kind of, but you know, you don't look at these ultrasounds. It probably is, but there's where the catheter is going, the screen lights up a little bit. It pales. I shouldn't say it lights up, because you know the ultrasound is black and light. It's not even white, black and light. So it like lightens up right there. I can see it going in and out. I can see her targeting like a spot in the lining where she wanted to go. And when she found one she liked, then she did it like 2 more times to be like, okay, this is the spot, like make it nice and snug. And then I guess to practice it, you know how like if you throw a baseball or a basketball, I guess you practice that shot. It was like, that's what she was doing, like practicing that shot.
Like it's going right here.
So we did that. Then she said, I don't remember exactly the order, guys. Sorry. At some point I meet the embryologist. I've never met this embryologist before. He comes in, they tell me, you know, it's thawed, obviously, because why would I be back in this room? Anyway, embryo looks good, da 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 da. They have me look at the little vial that the embryo is in. Here, I'll show you this guy. So it's super tiny. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. It's super tiny. It has my name on there. And listen, when I tell you, oh, now I can see it fine. I don't know, maybe I was nervous yesterday. I was like, is that legible? Yeah, and it has my birth date on there. So they had me look at that, confirm that this is my baby. And then the embryologist went off. A straw came through a window. The straw was given to Dr. McConnell. Dr. McConnell took that straw, inserted it into the catheter where she had been practicing her shot. Boop, went in there. I saw it go. I don't remember if I asked Cheyenne or not. I think I told Cheyenne, look for the light spot. I think. Again, I was loopy. So, boop, she got her shot, pulls it out. She was like, now he is going to flush the straw. Every now and then an embryo gets stuck in the straw. And so we just want to make sure that your embryo indeed is where it's supposed to be, right? So, and if that's confusing, the thing that you see on the scan is not the actual embryo, it's the absence of matter. You know what I mean? Like it's an air pocket is what you're really seeing as far as the light, or some displacement of liquidy stuff or of something solid. Anyway, so straw goes back to the embryologist. Embryologist yells out, all clear. Doctor says, to me, all clear, that the straw does not have my embryo in it. So she's now going to remove the catheter. She's going to remove the speculum. And yeah, and then she like steps back. The nurse says, okay, you're all done. Do you want to go to the bathroom first, or do you want to rest here for a few minutes? And I was like, can I rest here for a minute or two? And she was like, sure. So she goes, and then Dr. McConnell like leans over and looks at me. I was like, good luck. And I was like, thank you. I don't know, I just felt good. And so Cheyenne and I sat there. I don't even think we said anything. I don't remember though, honestly. And then after a few minutes we left and I went to go to the bathroom. And the bathroom was so non-dramatic. It wasn't like, oh my God, I've been hot. It was just like, okay, it's time to release this. You know what I mean? So it's all like, you got to get your mind right. You got to get your mind right. So yeah, so then we got dressed. I had a whole bunch of stuff because I had the medication from the pharmacy because I didn't want to come back upstairs when I saw him. So I just took it with me. And then I had all of these things that were loose. And I had my bag. I didn't overpack. I just took my regular purse. I put my little rainbow socks in there, which is why I simply didn't go. And yeah, that was it. So I went and got a white bag from the desk, which was cute. I kept my socks. I have so many of these socks. I'm gonna wash those. I have so many of those socks. I had to put these in here because I had to show you guys. Like, so when we got back into the changing room, I immediately opened up one of these and ate. Just like, I was like, I had not eaten in 12 days. Like, I inhaled them. Then I opened up a second pack and I was worried, like, are the nurses gonna think I'm being greedy? I didn't even have an egg retrieval. Like, I wasn't put to sleep. I shouldn't eat it. Should I? Cheyenne was like, yeah, they're here for everybody. I was like, oh my God. So I don't want to eat them all. So I'm just going to hold them because I want to walk out with like a bag that still has some in there so I don't look like a piglet. And then, which is why I didn't throw these in the trash. But then I also packed 2 extras, which I had them in the pharmacy bag at first because I didn't have this bag yet, right? Because I'm going to go to the counter and ask them for the bag. I don't want to look like I'm eating all the graham crackers when I go up there, or that I have eaten all the graham crackers, so I just have the one bag to give the impression that I'm still working on it. This might have been the value. So I go and get this bag to put everything in. And I got the bracelet, although, oh, they're both here. So one for me, one for baby. That's the other thing. So when you sign your paperwork, they attach one to your wrist and then the other one you put in your pocket because it technically belongs to this, but that doesn't really work. So what happens is, as long as what's on this wristband matches what's on this pipe, the straw or whatever, then we all belong together is kind of how that goes. So that was that. And you get the lid of the petri dish where the baby was, or where the embryo was, and it just has my name and date of birth, and it has ET, I guess, embryo transfer. I'm trying to think what else would it be for, but I'm not gonna strain my brain. No, I am not, ma'am. And then my clinic does not give an ultrasound of the actual embryo. Well, I shouldn't say they don't give it. They don't give it at transfer. You get it like a framed, I heard, photo when you graduate, meaning you are leaving there with a belly full of baby. What I do get is the straw going in. They take a picture, which I don't even know. I'm like, can I really see it on there? This is my first time looking at this one. Oh my god, I'm looking in the total wrong place. Okay, it's way up here. That camera's on. But it's up in here. I had the triple stripe. I didn't ask what the thickness of my lining was. Like, I was so chill. I didn't ask a bunch of questions. There are times when I go in there and I don't know if it's maybe like the anxiety, the nerves. I'll be asking stuff that I don't need to know. It doesn't matter at that point what the lining is. You know what I mean? Like, the information can go either way. So like, let me throw these away. Why am I asking? I didn't need to know that. So I think this time I was just more cognizant of that and just in the moment. Like, and I was saying to myself, everything's gonna be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. And may God's will be done. So yeah, that's kind of what's happened so far. I haven't been doing any symptom spotting. I did get my physical blood results back and they were a little bit alarming. So I'm gonna go to the nephrologist. Just like my kidney stuff is a little bit, like nothing dramatic, but it's indicating like I'm headed toward pre-diabetic, which is weird because I don't do sugar and I don't have foods with added sugar. So I'm just like, but basically either way, my insulin, it could possibly be, but what I really think is when I look at the values, that they tested it as if I were fasting and I was not. So I think that's it, but listen, I want to go to the nephrologist. I don't want to mess around. So yeah, that is my transfer story. If you have any questions, let me know. I feel very zen. I feel very zen. I had some very strange body things going on before the days leading up to transfer. So I'm not even sure like I'll be able to symptom spot because I had like back cramping, which is normally what I get when my period's about to start, but I was on the progesterone, so I wasn't sure what that was going on. I had really crazy gas. Oh my god, last night. So crazy. Oh, I didn't even... when I came home, oh my god, I had 2 bowls of chili. So the chili came in clutch. I had 2 bowls of chili. So yummy. And I had chicharrones. They were like lime and salt, like pork rinds with that, because that is fat, no sugar. And it's, yeah, anyway. And then I had the mug cake, the keto mug cake. I had lemon and poppy seed. I had a whole one. And then I made a second one, but I only ate half of it. And then later I had strawberries and chocolate. Not strawberries, oh my god, cherries. Dark cherries and chocolate, which is, oh, dark chocolate is so amazing. It was so good. And then I went to sleep. I fell asleep probably by 4:30, I want to say. 4:30, I fell asleep. And then I set the alarm to get up to take my progesterone and oil. I took my prednisone as, I took my prednisone. I took them both in the morning because I was worried that it would counteract with the Valium. So I didn't take another one, but I did have to take my estradiol and my hydroxychloroquine. So those, and then I slept through the alarm. Like I set it and then I did a snooze and then I slept through the snooze. So my progesterone and oil was a little bit late. I think I did it closer to like 11 than I did to 8. Typically I do it, it's like 8:30, 8:40. And then I went back to sleep and I slept for the old and the new when I tell you. So yeah, that is the transfer story. Let me get off of here. I love you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. These are the jammies. I did put them on. I've only worn them once. I just washed them yesterday. I have toothpaste and everything else on them, but they're super cozy, and they were given what I wanted them to give because it's like a stretchy jersey, breathable knit. Oh my God. Just, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And I think that was one of the good things about watching the fertility journals is enjoy all the milestones. So I'm definitely just like enjoying the milestones in real time. In real time. So we had a great transfer. It was very zen, very powerful, and slept like a baby, and just happy. Just happy. Thank you for all your prayers. Please keep me in your prayers. I can't even express my gratitude for that, but thank you for that. All right, I'm yammering like crazy. I love you all. Talk to you later. Bye. Baby does do us all.